We get so discouraged when it feels like things aren't happening or adding up for us. But here's the truth, there is a million things working in your favor right now. And just because you can't see it yet doesn't mean they're not happening. And a question I want us to lead with is, if everything you wanted showed up tomorrow, would you be happy with how you've been spending your time today? So many of us live out of this place of fear, this pressure for it to all happen immediately, that we completely miss the joy, the magic, and the experiences we're meant to have before that next big thing arrives. So today we're going to be talking about how to trust your unfolding, detach from the outcome, and actually get excited about the journey while knowing with certainty that it's all working out for you. And this isn't about blind optimism. It's choosing to trust, to live in excitement and alignment over fear and rushing. And the first thing I want us to go over is how to trust your own divine timing. I get it. It is frustrating when nothing feels like it's moving. But one reminder I'm constantly relearning is you are exactly where you need to be to get where you're meant to get. And I know in certain seasons you might think, what's the point of this? But every single experience is leading you somewhere. Every season has lessons, has growth, and moments you need to prepare you for what's next. And if you skipped it all, you wouldn't be the version of you who's ready to receive what's coming and is ready to live that whole experience for what is to come for you. And I think a really good example for this is in dating, because so many of us get frustrated when we're single or stuck in a string of failed dates. But those experiences too are shaping us, teaching us what matters, how to communicate, what we want and what we don't want. And so you can look at that and say, I'm not where I'm meant to be. Or you can reframe it and say, how exciting, I'm still being prepared for where I'm meant to go. And I really think that this applies to everything, not just dating, that every single one of our experiences are really shaping us and allowing us to grow into the version of us who is meant to get that thing that we desire so badly. And so it is really, really trusting that you are right where you need to be right now. The second point I want us to get to is finding joy in this season of life. And I say this all the time, but the fastest way to bring in more of what you want and enjoy your life now is to intentionally create joy no matter where you are at. Even if this season isn't your favorite, even if this isn't everything that you want to be going through right now, there is still joy to be found. And every day you can ask yourself, how can I make today more fun? What would make this season more magical for me? What little moments can I create today that I'll look back on and smile? And even just, again, asking yourself, how can I bring more joy into this moment? Because no matter what, you are going to be having the experiences that you're going to be having. Like, things are going to come and go in life, but it is up to you to intentionally focus on what brings you joy and really realizing that, like, it's up to you whether you're going to enjoy it or not. And so it's, why not make your life a little bit better for yourself? Why not enjoy it a little bit more? And when you start finding joy where you are, you stop waiting for life to start and you actually start living. And what really helps living in joy too is living in unshakable certainty that it's all coming together for you. So think about ordering something online. You click buy and you trust that it's on the way. You're not checking your front door every 5 minutes and like constantly opening the door and being like, okay, where is it? Where is it? You trust it's going to come. Sometimes it arrives earlier, sometimes later, but you know that it's coming. And that's the energy you need to have for your desires. You've placed the order with your intentions and your actions. Now, instead of over obsessing over the timing, it's up to you to live your life in the meantime. Like, you don't stop your life when you order a package, right? Like, you continue to live your life, and that is what you need to do when you are ordering to the universe and being like, these are the things that I want. And one way to strengthen this certainty is to create a proof list. So times in your life when things worked out better than expected, even if it took longer than you wanted, and anytime doubt creeps in, I love to look at this list and remember that my timing has always been on point. And so it's just so beautiful to even look at the challenges that came into your life and things that you felt like weren't working out in your favor at the time, and how they really did end up leading you exactly where you're meant to go. And so when you're able to look at the proof of it, you're like, okay, that has happened before. That means it's going to happen again. Another great practice is to live now like you already have it. So get clear on the feeling of having your desire and drop into that feeling throughout your day. And I talked a lot about this in last week's episode, but after I talked about it in the episode, I made it an even bigger priority to be practicing this. And so last week, as I was just going throughout my days, I constantly brought in that feeling. So, like, even mid workout, I'd close my eyes for a second and feel the version of me who already had everything I wanted, or who already had that thing that I was like working towards. And that shift was so huge and got me so excited. And then you start showing up as the version of you who has that thing. You start moving in that way. And you also end up taking actions that are so much more aligned with that because you feel worthy of that thing that you desire. And I also just think it's such a great and beautiful reminder that it doesn't happen until it does. So you could truly be one step away from everything changing and you wouldn't even know about it. And so you have no idea about how all of these things are really adding up for you and working for you to get you where you're meant to go. And you could just be like one little step away from that completely changing. And then the last part of this is learning to detach without giving up. A lot of people think that detaching from the outcome means that they just stop caring completely or stop trying, but that's not detachment, that's apathy. True detachment is deeply trusting plus taking aligned action. It's showing up, it's doing your part, it's holding the vision, it's doing every single thing that you can do, but refusing to spiral when the timing or details don't match your plan. It's knowing that it is all working in your highest good and that it will either unfold for you exactly the way you imagined and want, or it doesn't, so it can work out in an even better way. And when you're detached, you also open up to different paths. You notice opportunities you'd have missed if you were locked in on one outcome. You let go of how you think it all has to be, and you trust it's going to work out exactly how it's meant to be, which means that it can turn out even better than you've ever could have imagined. And if you really think about it, it's like when you're holding on so tightly and looking solely at one thing, like you're not able to look around and be like, okay, what else? What other opportunities are out there? And so I think that's such a beautiful reminder of when you stop holding on so tightly to the things that you want to work out so badly. And of course, you can work towards it, but you end up like being more open to every single thing, every other thing that could actually work out for you. And so my final takeaway for all of this is you can want what you want with your whole heart, take aligned action towards it, and still be at peace with where you're at today. The balance of commitment and surrender is where the magic really happens. And there is always so much working out for you that you don't even know about. It doesn't happen until it does. So enjoy the journey and know it will happen exactly when it's meant to.